Connected TVs are, the flavour of the month, but I would assume, given that they are produced by companies that are in the very high volume, low margin business, barely a day goes by without another display manufacturer having some kind of a problem, that they must bring some kind of security compromise with them. Trygve?
Yes, I think that in Connex perspective, we will put these TV manufacturers through our security evaluation process and conformity tests, so that what comes out is a very secure product. You can add, since you need a DVB chipset in there, if you choose the correct chipset, you can add quite good security, and very much of this is standardized. So with whatever tuner you have, it will become, or it is in fact, some kind of a set-top box inside the TV. With our many DTT customers around in the world, this has become quite popular. For the moment, we use a CI Plus module, but there's nothing against to put the security modules inside the TV. For example, if an operator wants to do a promotional campaign, sign up with LG or Sony or some other connected TV manufacturer, you get over the top through the internet, and regular TV over whatever tuner you have. And that is what we can see will be the direction of the TVs, because the TV manufacturers, they're pushing for this.
But Alec, you already talked about having to go through a process with chip manufacturers, with big screen TV manufacturers who all now want their TVs to be connected TVs. But their big concern is with margin and therefore with cost. My big concern as a consumer is for the lowest price, and we all know that traditionally big screen TVs, I put the purchase off for 6 months or maybe 12 months because I'm absolutely certain it's going to become a great deal cheaper, whatever the new innovation they come up with, HD, whatever. Compromises, bound to be compromises on the way?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I say, like 2010 was 3D TV. Connected TVs are so 2011. The experience to me is just not there. People don't buy TVs for internet access and for a specific DRM or service. So to me, there's a long way to go with connected TVs. But nevertheless, they're pushing to implement it directly in the TV. There's some sense in that. We've been searching for years to get rid of the set-top box, fairly unsuccessfully. They also want to pretend that they're Apple and take a 30% cut of the content. So, there's so many issues. I don't know where to start, let alone actually then supporting all the different platforms and renewability. They'll update their apps. There's no problem with that, but they'll maybe update their firmware once. The connected TV market from a security perspective, there's just too many issues. I think we need to work with them, educate them, but see what happens in 4 or 5 years. So like Connex, our strategy right now, we believe the best approach is CI Plus.
Right.
Unfortunately, it doesn't hit the whole world, so that's an issue. So you still need to work with them, but it's a great solution, and we can take IP directly into the module or through the TV. I think the next version of CI Plus will address some of that. As well. So and really with CI Plus you get a homogeneous interface into the TVs. So
CI Plus is already established as a genuine alternative to a set-top box, effectively.
Yeah, it is. It's a set-top box essentially. Yeah.
But traditional, what I call traditional pay TV provider, Sky, Canal Plus, is not going to be going straight to a connected TV anytime soon.
Maybe some of them will, if they see more opportunity to reach more people this way. They will, of course, include this in their over-the-top offering. Yeah. But I think that...
But with a tiered security approach in terms of this will be allowed this way.
They will, of course, validate the security side of this. They'll check if TV is secure enough to get its signals. And I think that the fragmentation that we have seen in Android market, we've talked about this earlier, is nothing in comparison to a connected TV market from that perspective. And I think the biggest problem of connected TV security is the lack of sort of vertical management of the device. So once TV is out there, nobody cares what happens to this. And providing security services, I think one of the most important routes for us to control a device is being able to access that device, to renew or update the security if necessary, or even to monitor and see what happens to this. And I think this is the sort of contradiction between horizontal market for TVs and vertical market for security products. Whether or not they meet next year or later, we don't know, but I believe that working with most of the chip vendors in the industry, as a CA companies, all of us basically make the best influence on the potential of a connected TV market in a couple of years' time.
Essentially getting to the point where a chipset that's satisfactory from a CA point of view is at a price point because of the sheer volume going out there, that it will work.
Yeah, I agree with what the gentlemen have said, and I think we need to move towards that point. But by the same token, there's a commercial reality today that those platforms are out there. Pay TV operators are wanting to leverage them and are leveraging them. And so as long as the type of content you put out to these platforms is not of such a high value that it would invite too much hacking, then I think you can successfully run a business model like this today, as many of our customers are doing, in order to be able to leverage that platform as yet another pay TV screen. So I think it's very feasible. Customers like Viasat in Sweden are doing it, Maxdome in Germany, et cetera, providing catch-up TV type content as opposed to premium movies. Because any of that content has already been broadcast free to air, very likely on another platform that's far more subject to attack than an embedded security system within a piece of consumer electronics.
But this kind of gold, silver, bronze standard of security is going to become, a common thing. I mean, my Premier League football will go to the set-top box, and that's as far as it will go. Other stuff, sure.
Well, if you take a look at what the studios are doing in their trials with DirecTV in the US right now, I think they're taking a very strong approach towards the security required by a home cinema release window by applying probably a higher standard, combining things like analog output control, watermarking, and conditional access, et cetera. To make sure that that particular horse is appropriate for that particular course.
Right.